Good morning, good morning, good morning. Reggae Wednesday, everybody. I really, again, we're on this trip this week, but we're not playing the music, so we see how it goes. It's a little bit unnerving for me to not have the music in my starting off with music. I'm not used to doing that, but it's definitely a little unnerving for me. I'm still working on that, and I'll get more used to it. The ladies won't be in today. They have stuff going on. As you know, this is a volunteer army, so everybody has things to have to do. All right. But we'll get into some news, some stories. We'll continue to salute Fly Ty Williams. I got some word on the potential funeral for Fly Ty Williams. That's my guy. And we're gonna study this guy, Stacy Prince. He's been on my ladies in here now, so I can kind of get into what his story is. Stacy Prince character. Um, he's got a big following, so anytime that's the news nowadays. It's really about what people are paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys are paying attention to Stacy Prince. So I want to maybe if Parks is in today, maybe he can help me out with that. Also, Reginald Maynard, we'll get back to you. I know you said tomorrow. We'll get back to you tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. Young Chair. Morning emails again. Rest in peace, Fly Ty Williams. I know y'all know about that right now. So salute to him. That is the founder of Coachillin Records. Passed away 2 days ago at the age of 67 years old. So we are definitely saluting him, Fly Ty Williams. And I got some insight on potentially when he's going to be memorialized and everything. So we're going to make sure that we're there for that. And we show him love. There you go. Shout out to the whole Juice Crew too, man. Big Daddy Kane, Master Ace, Craig G Rap, MC Shan, Roxanne Shante, Scoob and everybody, and also rest in peace, Bismarck, TJ Swan. Yeah. And my man Cool V. Cool V, love you, Cool V. That's my guy. Cool V is my guy. So yeah, man. Yeah. Salute to Ty Williams and rest in peace, Ty Williams. Shout out to Ralph McDaniels also, man. I'm gonna bring in Instagram early, and I'm gonna do blackfacts.com while I'm popping. Good morning, everybody. Young here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Without the music, I can tell you right now. Without the music, the show is really moving. And so I want to thank all of the listeners, subscribers. If you're on YouTube, go there and subscribe and, lock in, because when the girls here, we have a great time and all the characters, all the morning yawnings, it goes, it goes a couple of places here, the show. So, and also it's topical, but we have fun. We're not here tripping, you know what I'm saying? Well, there you go. It's the morning emails. It gets you up in the morning and you vibe out. When I get this broadcast license, getting the broadcast license is really what it's about. So I can broadcast, and we're working on that. But we call this Reggae Wednesday. Normally I'm playing reggae music, something from Kingston, Jamaica. I'm playing it. Normally VP Records or one of the dope reggae playlists. Obviously, most of the channel, I have 8 channels, and most of the channels won't play music on it. So there you go. Solomon Friday, good morning, Solomon. Yeah, man. Most of the channels won't play it. So but we'll get it going today. But the thing is, though, once I start to get it going, the algorithm gets it out to more people, so the audience gets bigger. It's a catch-22. I don't know where catch-22 comes from. So, we're getting a little bit of bite back on that on the Diddy documentary. Yeah, of course, Pookie is getting a lot of flack, but a lot of people are biting back on that and really going back after, really saying bad things about the executive producer. Again, we don't know. I remain, we don't know, and we say protect people from all kinds of predation. That's all we're saying. We stay out of that. Also, we got Black Facts coming up this morning. Boom. Ralph J. Bunche becomes the first African American to be awarded a Nobel Peace Prize. I think Black Facts is funny. Overcoming economic difficulties and racial prejudice and excelling in academics, he graduated a valedictorian both at high school and UCLA, winning a scholarship for graduate work at Howard University. I think I was valedictorian and also class clown one year. I thought that was kind of crazy. Bunche was actively involved in movements for Black liberation and pre-United Nations days, including through leadership positions with various civil rights organizations, one of the leadership scholars on the issue of race and U.S. colonialism abroad. There you go. Bunche joined the UN Secretariat in 1946 as director of the Trustee Division. In the position, he was responsible for overseeing the administration for the United Trust territories and their progress towards self-government and independence. There you go. How about that? In 1947, he was a member of the UN Special Committee in Palestine that recommended Palestine's division into Jewish and Arab states. Bunche's successful mediation of the Palestine conflict, which resulted in the signing of the armistice agreements in 1949 between Israel and 4 Arab states, was the feat of international diplomacy that is unparalleled in the long history of Arab-Israeli conflict. There you go. The brother did that. I don't know if that worked out for everybody. In 1950, he was awarded a Nobel Peace Prize. Salute to him. And for more Black Facts, go to blackfacts.com. Let history be no mystery. There you go. There you go. We love that. Gooch. Good morning, Gooch. You know, Gooch, I just want to tell you, man, and I'm going to put not for Gooch, but anybody else who wants to come in today, I'm going to put the link in the chat for the fellas that want to come in today, because I got to tell you, the more I listen to Gooch about this Pookie situation, I really see where he's coming from. You know, I really see that this is going to be interesting, or maybe something that is going to give us some sort of like a blueprint on how to deal with these kind of situations. You know, but and also still go to YouTube. I know the music doesn't get cut off, but I'm telling y'all now, YouTube is the better energy. So that way you go there and subscribe. I know I got Instagram up. I haven't looked over there yet. But you know, when you go to YouTube, it's such a better vibe, and you can do so much more with YouTube. So go to YouTube, y'all. Go to YouTube and then subscribe and share, and tell your friends to subscribe and share too. All right? Tell them to do that. Troy Moses, Grand Rising. So today's a travel day for me, so I was really tempted on not coming in. I know the ladies won't be in today, which is fine. They have work to do today, so they couldn't make it this morning. But you know, I'm gonna thug it out with y'all this morning. I'm gonna thug it out, and I want to talk this morning about relationships. You guys are having relationships now, and you know, on the onslaught of social media has made it so. Rest in peace, Fly. Every time I look at Fly Ty's picture, man, I just really, man, rest in peace, brother. You know, the social media has gotten to the point that it's become almost a battleground for men and women, and I think that's really, and it causes men and women to stay on such division sides of the conversation. It's so divided, you know. No, that's not Stacey Prince. But this guy, Stacey Prince, is doing the Kevin Samuels, which I think was kind of interesting. Oh, you listen. Oh, what did you think about? Well, yeah. Well, first of all, shout out to Eric Sermon, the Dynamic Duos album. That's a great album. Eric Sermon's extremely talented. It's number 1 on iTunes right now. Shout out to Eric Sermon, number 1 on iTunes. The Dynamic Duo album. Of course, the world famous MOP was on the first like video of the album. You know, like the real video of the album. So Shout out to Eric Sermon. I'm wishing you much success. Strong Island, stand up. Eric Sermon is probably one of the most talented people I know. Like next level talent. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Really, really like that guy, man. Really solid dude. He's also divine timing that he was in the Diddy the Pookie documentary, The Reckoning, telling the story of when he got when he got stuffed by Pookie. Good morning, Will Atkins. Just give me a question of the day. We got the fellas rocking today, so we're gonna see how it goes. The ladies will be back maybe tomorrow, and so the fellas will be rocking today. Yeah. At Stacy Prince. No, at Stacy Prince. No. Yeah, Stacy Prince. No, Stacy Prince is the guy who really just kind of jumped. He took over Kevin Samuel's spot, and he kind of like gets. I think I really think those are fake people because some of the stories the ladies are telling are kind of crazy. If you ever get a chance to go check out Stacy Prince, go check out Stacy Prince. Because some of them stories are crazy. Um, yeah, it's crazy. Or the Knicks fans yesterday. I know y'all Knicks fans. De La Soul, Cabin in the Sky, another great record. Obviously, first of all, let me just shout out Long Island. Long Island's showing up. Mm. Rest in peace, True Goy. Long Island showing up. Ja Rule and 50. I've gotten to know Ja Rule. Seems like a real cool dude. It's really unfortunate that Ja and 50 still having this beef. But if I were close enough to Ja Rule to have a conversation with him, I would say never say anything else about 50 Cent. Just leave it alone. Just stop. There's no benefit to it. You gotta just don't engage. Stop with the because as soon as you say something crazy on social media about Fifth, it gets turned up. I would ask. I would if I don't I play golf with John from time to time. I see him from time to time. I mean that cool dude, but I would ask him like, yo, bro, don't if I can I advise you one day, don't say nothing about that dude, man. Let that man, whatever y'all had in the past, let that pass. You know what I'm saying? Don't move on. You know what I'm saying? You gotta move on, man. Let that go because it doesn't make first of all, most dudes especially from that era. I mean, even Fifth, who's younger than most of these guys, is in his late 40s. We're talking about guys in their late 40s and early 50s. We got to do better. Just don't say anything. Just let that go. I mean, obviously you see you see the extent of what the brother will go through. you know, you see the extent, right? Leave that man alone, bro. All right, let's get to the question of the day. Jeez, good morning. This morning emails, Unks in the building in the morning. Oh man, just leave that man alone, man. Yeah, it's crazy. The extent, I don't care who you are, how much you got to do what Cuzzo's doing, and just silent, just stay silent, nigga. Just look straight ahead. You didn't see anything. There's a fucking gorilla over here just going crazy. No. I didn't see nothing. I didn't see anything. Let that super. Like completely the richest guy on earth, right? You don't want the richest guy on earth to be pissed off at you right now. The guy got more money than everything else. No. Well, all right, well, my bad. You ever step on somebody's shoes back in the days and you look up, you see the size of the motherfucker? You are quick to be like, my bad, pardon me. Yeah, what happened to pardon me, dude? Pardon me, my bad. All right, let's get to the question of the day, Gucci. Will Atkins. Question number one: is it better to get married to a person who you truly love, or someone who you're compatible with? So love is compatibility. Well, love is compatibility, but marriage for love wasn't always a big thing. Uh, it was about what they could provide. Like if the man was a good provider, he would go out there and do what he had to do. Yeah, and the woman was a good supporter. They would get together and they would get married and have 20 kids. And that was our world. Especially post slavery in America. I'm not talking about Africa or Europe or anything else. And Africa is different. Africa was like, man, a man would just get another wife to fill the shit that this wife didn't have. You know what I'm saying? So that he can make more kids. And he was really trying to spread his seed a little bit. But in America, when we start doing the colonial Western way of doing things, and that's what we're doing, right? We're doing a colonial way of doing, not the African way of doing things, right? Um, then then marriage should, because look, marriage is 50% or divorce in the country and 70% in the black community where they separate, they don't stay together. Divorce is so bad in the black community, people nowadays, people just not only not stay together, they actually they don't even get divorced anymore. They just say, fuck it, I'll just, you just live here, I'll live upstairs, you live downstairs, and we'll figure it out. And because of social media and online dating and all that, it's become, the old, they just say, fuck it. We just gonna, women are like, I'm living my life, I'm living my best life. And the guy is like, fuck it, I'm doing my thing. It's not the old way of people just stay together. So I don't know. I don't even know why people get married nowadays, unless it's about raising kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously you want to raise kids, but getting married today is, especially in an era of social media where everything is, you gotta really have all your shit screwed in if you want to get married. I mean, it's gotta be screwed in. If it's not screwed in, then I can tell you right now, it's a reason why in modern day society, 80% of the people don't stay married. You're not gonna find a woman out there that ain't been married or in a long term marriage type relationship out there, especially if you're over 30. I'm not even talking about over 40, over 50. If you're over 30, and then you can get into your 40s and 50s and get real delusional. Some of the women get real delusional, like they think, I'm gonna find my prince. It's, but then the guys get delusional too, because the guys are like, fuck it, I'm gonna do my own thing. So the guys end up going off on their own, dying in their crib, and the women ends up going off to girl lunches and trips with a bunch of women that she don't like. So I mean, it's it's the curse that keep on working. The smart play, I think, and especially in hip hop era, right? The smart play is to find somebody that you can rock with, and y'all rock out together. Because there's nothing more beautiful to see than two elderly black people holding hands and chilling and doing what they're doing and walking into the hole together. And normally after, he'll die first, obviously the man will die first and the women will live longer, and then she'll die right after, and then they'll move on to the next generation. That we gotta put that in the that needs to be put back in the matrix. So there's a lot to your question, Will Atkins. There's a lot to your question about that. There's more. It's more levels. It's levels to that question about being married in today's society. It's levels to it. You know what I'm saying? You really don't. You really got to get the screws in, right? You know what I'm saying? In order to really make that happen. Do you guys like? Are you guys subscribing to Revolt TV? Hold on. Let me just Revolt TV. You guys rocking with Revolt? Revolt TV, Drink Champs and all of the channels. Especially nowadays, as you know, the Netflix situation where Netflix is about to take over. They fighting them now, but I think it's over. It's a foregone conclusion. I think Netflix is about to make a power move, and it's just going to be kind of Netflix and Disney that's going to be out there. And I know I got a Disney, and Disney is bundling all the shit like Hulu and everything, and Netflix is going to own HBO. That means it's going to own all of the DC stuff. All the Supermans. And for the love of God, I hope they finally get Superman right. God damn. I mean, Superman has been awful. I mean, I like the Cavill guy, but the whole DC shit is awful. They need to go back to the comic movies, the animated movies, and work from there and find out because the DC animated movies are dope. If I don't know if any comic book people here. I'm an old school comic book dude. If you're a comic book dude, then you understand. But I hope that if Netflix takes over and they get all the DC catalog and all that kind of stuff, that they redo all those great DC stories. Yeah, I hope they do it. Because some of that shit is just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I really think they got to do something with that, man. But they're gonna take over. It's gonna be DC and Disney. And I hope that the Disney, the thing about Disney is that they may mess up the event. Like they messed up after Stan Lee died, they messed up the Avengers, right? All that Marvel shit got screwed up. All those movies were whack. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I can't even think of one good Marvel movie after Stan Lee died. After Endgame, I thought Endgame was dope. But after Endgame, Infinity War, Age of Ultron, Iron Man, the Thor movies, whatever, they were cool. But I think after Endgame, I really didn't see nothing after that. Even the Thor movies, when they had Gore the God Butcher and all that, none of that worked. So I don't know, man. I hope they fix it, and I hope Disney fix. Hold on, just in case y'all want to come in. Oh. Okay, here we go. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I hope they do something with that. I think Disney is done. I think Disney's done. Unless they get they got to get the corny corporates out of doing that, and also they messed up Star Wars too. The corporate stuff is bleeding out the creativity. That's why I believe AI music is never going to really be dope because you lose the creativity. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. I'm to the building. The morning emails. Let me get to my man, great Reginald Mariner this morning. See what he got going on. But I missed the OG yesterday. We'll get him going. Get the first caller in today, and then we'll get Parks in later. Good morning. Top of the morning, Reginald Maynard. Good morning, Coco. Yeah, man. We missed you yesterday. We had some great conversation yesterday.
Man, yeah, I was on the phone with the folks in London yesterday. I was trying to listen with one end on the other, but after a while, I just had to listen to the folks across the pond. But yeah, no, man, I'm gonna listen to the show later on today. My guy Terry has been in town since last week Wednesday.
Yeah.
We had a great weekend. We were part of Robert Townsend's fundraising pop-up fundraiser for the NAACP and the Answer Incorporated Autism organization. Because Terry, Robert was best friends. Again, we talk about generational wealth sometimes from your pocket, but generational wealth is also the people that have been in your life from your childhood to now, or just for a few years, but you make a connection that is lifelong. Lays you talk about all the time with all the guys that you grew up in Brownsville, and those of you that stayed connected both mentally and committed to your craft became successful. And what Robert did was the guy who was the president of the West Side chapter of the NAACP was kind of retiring, and so he did a fundraiser, man. It was a pop-up, 2 days. First day he showed 5 Heartbeats and Spook Who Sat by the Door. Then the next day he showed Meteor Man and an episode of Power that he had directed. So It was a great
You
weekend.
say Robert Townsend did that. Robert
Townsend. That's right. Yeah.
Robert
And so these and see, he directed Spooky Step Out the Door, which I did not know, and I've seen the movie, and read the book. So it was a great weekend, and Terry was here. And Lays, we have launched our coin.
Oh yeah, come on,
man. I'll be calling you offline, but yeah, we had the National Association of Black Journalists. They were the first ones to see the unveiling, and we did that purposely because Black journalists don't always hear about things until it's somewhere way down the line, and they were at every level from independent to AP, and so we're making our mark, man. It's getting ready to happen. The whole
well, as you know, Reggie, OG, I am with anything that we're doing from a Black perspective. About enhancing our position and our people.
Exactly.
I do a lot behind the scenes that most of y'all don't even know about.
Well, that's why I roll with you, man. Again, I was brought in through my fam, through name, and then once you and I got to know each other at the OSG events. Again, energy connects to energy, and we just have but let me I'm so glad you're a comic book head. So when I finally introduce you to Terry, you and him are going to have a great time because he built his empire from comic books. But long story short, did you know Superman's initial core and ethos was based off of Jesse Owens?
Okay, well, I got so many questions for you today, but let's just go there first. I'm gonna spend a couple of minutes with my brother Reginald Maynard today because
I'm with you today, man. I've been MIA, but I'm here today with you.
Now, most of us, and even I, I can understand how Superman was based on the Ohio State superstar Jesse Owens, right? Okay,
right.
But my question is, how do you see the direct correlation between Jesse Owens and Superman?
All right, so again, my guy Terry, he was instrumental in actually helping Marvel Studios become what it is. He's a comic book geek.
Yeah,
and so he did some research with DC Comics, and DC Comics published a documentary on the creation of some of their comic books, and Superman happened to be one of them. The origin of Superman being based off of Jesse Owens starts from the 1936 Olympics. What happened? Hitler does not let any Jewish athletes participate, but he lets the black athletes participate because he figured, we ain't no way in hell they're gonna beat the Aryan race.
Yeah, he felt the white race was Ubermensch. He was trying to create Ubermensch, meaning
Uber means super, right? Now that's step one. So now what happens in 1936? Jesse Owens wins how many gold medals? So now he was from, and you're right, he was from Ohio State. Jesse Owens went to Ohio State.
Yeah.
The creators, the illustrator, and the writer for Superman were domiciled and lived in Cleveland. So Jesse was a hero to them before he even went to the Olympics because of what he did for Ohio State.
Right.
So they knew Jesse.
Okay. Schubert and those guys. Right.
So now Jesse goes to Berlin. Hitler says, no Jews, but I'll let these black guys in. We're going to wipe them. And so when Jesse and them win and they don't do the Heil Hitler salute, okay. So the Aryan race, the myth is decimated. And they're decimated by black men. So
shout to the Insider White Guy. He's out here watching. Jesse's from Cleveland. In the Insider White Guy, Reggie, my man. All right. AKA James Whelan is watching the show today. I wonder if he knew that. I wonder if James knew that Jesse.
This was a hidden fact. How many hidden facts are there? And so let me just finish the last part of the narrative. So when the two Schuster and them see what Jesse did, they wrote an article in a local newspaper. The Jewish race needs a hero like Jesse Owens to fight fascism. So they did a drawing. And in this documentary book, and it is It is documented. I'm not going to quote nothing I can't have receipts for, as we say.
There you go.
It says DC Comics rendering of Superman, and it's Jesse Owens. I have the pictorials. I will send them to you offline because it's part of our presentation.
Right.
And it's part of, and where I'm going with this, it's not to deflate Superman's aura, it's to actually elevate how we feel about it. And it shouldn't be just through a comic book, but what that happens is we understand where power and energy and guidance come from. And so now, do the tagline: faster than a speeding bullet, 100 meters.
Right.
8 elite tall buildings in a single bound, the long jump. Change the course of mighty rivers, defeated fascism. And we can go on and on and on and on and on and on. So they took these different things that Jesse actually accomplished, made them as correlations and taglines for Superman. And understand,
wow,
the U.S. government,
Schubert knows
comic books entered the war before the actual government did. Yeah. And it was a byproduct of this having happened. And Superman, and that's why Superman #1 just sold for $9 million 2 weeks ago.
Yes. That's
Black History facts on the side.
Also, if just so you know, most of these comic book characters were also made, and not just Superman, who was Coco says Superman was the origin was Amun-Ra, who was the sun god, Egyptian sun god. But a lot of the comic book characters were made from old Egyptian gods and stuff like that. So and then all African gods and all those other things that So we have a lot of different things that we can assimilate and understand about our power and our impact on culture. Did you know that, Randy James?
That's the thing. And again, what we do is we accept any and everything but people tend to want to marginalize what we impact, but that's okay. As long as we know the truth, it's okay.
Well, the thing it was about fighting Nazis. Most of those comic books, it was really about fighting Nazis.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they were, and then ultimately fighting communism, and then you had the X-Men and the Mutant Avengers and all that kind of stuff.
Captain America, Wonder Woman, all of them came along because of the war, and here they are, multi-billion-dollar franchises now.
Oh, absolutely. But I think Disney keeps screwing up the Marvel franchise.
Oh man, I'm right there with you on the narrative you had with that, man.
Yeah. Disney keeps screwing up the Marvel, and now that if Netflix, even though they're filing class action suits against Netflix, against this merger, where Netflix is going to take over, it's $80 billion deal where Netflix is taking over Warner Brothers. Listen, they all merge, right? But they would make it basically a monopoly, where the only competition would be Disney, right? So Disney has already made their monopoly with ESPN, ABC, and all those other networks. Now, if Netflix takes over Warner Brothers, that is going to be crazy because in the Netflix catalog, you have all that old Warner Brothers catalog. That's going to be crazy.
Yeah, but now Paramount is trying to do an end around on Netflix because that's that the LE guy, the big billionaire who now owns CBS. Now Paramount has just offered more money and a few more things that Netflix didn't want to do. So it's getting ready to get real interesting.
Coco says Wonder Woman. Hey, Coco, Wonder Woman and Storm were based on female warriors left off the Bible. How about that?
That's fantastic. Yeah. And again, those are things, and see, comic books were discounted back in the day, but they really taught a lot of kids to read and to have imagination, and that's where Terry cultivated his imagination, and things that he's done and created are amazing.
Me too. I would read,
and I can tell you, right? You got that creative mind, and you can take nothing and create something and see something that no one else could even envision, much less get it done.
I stayed and most of the rappers from my era that are old as me or in that area, Comic books was our thing. Most of the producers.
That was mine too, man. And even the Kung Fu movie. And then you guys, I love how you talk about how you got your dance moves from the Kung Fu movies. I mean that.
Yo, I ain't gonna front, Reg. I was watching Kung Fu movies all week. If you go on, okay. First of all, shout to YouTube. Shout to what Lyor Cohen and those guys doing at YouTube. Now, let me explain something to you about Lyor Cohen. Lyor and Cohen, and I've known Lyor Cohen since the mid '80s. We have had great, up and down relationships. Some days I'm like him, some days I don't like him. That kind of deal. I'm not gonna call him what Dame calls him a culture vulture. I think the entire Wills Pills community appropriated the rap culture in a lot of ways. And now with Lyor, Lyor was a real warrior in the fight to build the culture, whatever. If he's doing it for himself or whatever the case may be, that's people's opinions, but it's short-sighted. And trust me, it's not like me and Lyor are always on good terms. We have had our fights where we like, fuck you, but that kind of conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure. I do.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I got to give him props for being there in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like he was there early. He was in the fight. Remember, I think he was like a road manager for Run DMC, was able to leverage his position as a road manager into building up Rush Management and Def Jam and all that kind of stuff. Instrumental in so many people's careers. From LL to Public Enemy to Kane, he managed Big Daddy Kane and all these other people. The biggest check I ever saw, I'm not going to tell you how much the check was. My first parlay, it was me, Lyor, and Kane at a table with Burt Podell. I don't know if you remember Burt Podell. Biggie said stash more cash at Burt Podell. You know what I'm saying? Burt Podell was my accountant as well. I'm not going to say anything. He's long passed on, so I'm not going to say anything about Burt. But the biggest check I ever saw was Lyor holding the check at a lunch with me, Burt Podell, and Kane and Lyor, and he gave Kane the check and said, "Here's your check from Warner Brothers." It was crazy. I saw him. So
it was a paradigm moment, my brother.
It was a paradigm. It was a paradigm moment, and I understand. I understand people's back and forth with him. He's definitely a powerful dude, and definitely. But what he's doing with the reason why I say all this, I digress for a second, but I'm saying this because what he's doing with YouTube, they're putting all those old classic movies for free on YouTube. All the Chinese flicks. All the kung fu flicks, go watch them. All the old Godzilla movies, go watch them. All that shit is on YouTube now for free.
Wow!
All that.
Yeah, and all of those are those are in my lane, bro.
Yeah. Good morning, Toby Hicks.
Yeah.
Good culture vulture is a Wills Pills culture. Their survival depends. Exactly. Come on, the cultural appropriation. Listen, popular culture would not exist without the slave. You know what I'm saying? Because what was the minstrel and all that shit was all just mimicking us. You know what I'm saying? Our struggle, we create from our struggle, and then they copy it. Listen, it's what it is. All right. So now everything else, jazz, blues, gospel, now hip hop and rock and all that shit comes from. Yes, Bryce. Yeah, we saw that. I just shifted the camera. Bryce is getting ready to go to school. Yeah, man. So, but there's something else I had to ask you, Reggie. God damn, OG.
Come on with it.
It's gonna be so. Anyway, so go to YouTube if you want to see all those old flicks. I mean, I watched The Drunken Master. I watched the Deadly Venoms. I was watching all the old kung fu flicks, and they're all on YouTube for free. Go ahead.
Five Fingers of Death.
Five Fingers of Death. Yeah, I watched all that shit. Yeah, they said 80% of the entire planet is on YouTube. Now I know y'all say TikTok and Facebook and everything, but 80% of the entire planet is on YouTube. So you know what? Shout to Lyor Cohen. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Shout to Lyor Cohen. You know what I'm saying? He's the CEO of YouTube. So shout to Leo Cohen. He's actually
I did not know that. I did not know Leo.
That's why I brought Leo's name into it, because he's the CEO of YouTube, and he's bringing in, and whatever obviously Dame Dash has his issues, and he talks about the metrics and mechanics and all that stuff. All that stuff could be worked out. And this is for all you artists out there. If you get hits, you can rework all. I know I see Coco talk about how bad Pookie's contracts were, but I just want to give you some music business 101. When any artist, when they first come into the business, the contracts are bad. Or every artist, okay? Now, what changes is when they start to make hits, they become relevant, and then they start to demand what they want in this business. They don't let people, you just are not going to come off the corner and be like, yo, here's a contract that gives you everything. Plus the money to do your shit. And then we just going to let you rock out. No, what happens is you make hits, and then you say, listen, I want to change this. I want this to happen for me. I want this to happen for me. So that's why. So all of these contracts with Pookie, saying that he was kind of fucking up with the contract, whatever the case may be. Well, Arista was it. It's not Pookie. Arista who was the mother company of Bad Boy. If those contracts were unlawful, then Arista couldn't honor the contracts. Anytime you go into a major, another 101, anytime you go into a major company, you bring you got to bring your contract with your artist into a major company, and then the major company has to sort of co-sign and make that a part of their situation, or else they can't do it, because they're held responsible, because the money wasn't coming directly to Bad Boy. It was coming to Arista. Arista was putting the money out there, loaning the money out there, and also Arista was getting the sales. So there you go. There you go. Yeah, I got to give the 101 to people, because sometimes people just don't understand how the business works, and they just go after the guy.
It can seem unfair. It can seem unfair from afar, but you got to understand how the numbers fall and what you commit to up front versus long term.
This country,
and like you said, where you start out ain't necessarily where you end up, but it's how you navigate it in the middle.
You got to navigate, and that, I was able to navigate through the business. By listen, I don't want to get into what we did, but I was able to navigate based on, once I knew the game, I could navigate. You know what I'm saying? That I was able to navigate. You know what I'm saying? Let me get the game. I'm able to navigate the game. So what ends up happening is guys get in there and it don't work out for them, and then what else can you say? You could just be the guy with who's that guy with the glasses on the Diddy documentary?
But Lage, you said something before too, that nowadays, because they have a lot more tools at their hand, they think it's an easier journey to the top, and it's about work ethic from jump. I don't care what tools you got. Yeah. If you don't have the work ethic, it doesn't matter. And you had to be what they call it in Europe, an all-rounder. When they play cricket, somebody can do a little bit of everything.
Everything, man. They used to tease me, call me everything, man, because I realized that you had to do it all. I had to get up in the morning. I had to be there. I had to make sure the shit works. I'm trained to do that. Even on the MOP shows, when we do shows, I'm there at sometimes 11 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, when they're loading in the equipment. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I'm there walking around saying hi to everybody, making sure everybody's cool and getting to know the security, I can give you guys a masterclass on how to really run your business. Okay. If you really want me to give you a masterclass on how to get shit done, especially if you don't have a multi-platinum artist, because really when you're doing these concerts and you go on these big stages, that they don't give if you're not a multi-platinum, we call the phrase we use is the opening act gets no slack. So, that's the phrase we use. So when you go out there, I can give y'all a masterclass on how to handle it. I'm normally there at 10 o'clock in the morning. 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm normally there early when there's loading, and I'm in there doing the work. Not just sound check. Sound check comes later. I'm getting to know the craft people, the people that make the food. I'm getting to know the security, letting them see my face, hollering at them, chopping it up with them, back and forth, making sure that they cool. I'm moving through. I'm going through, and shout rest in peace, Flip, because Flip would always. So I would get there and Flip would be there early with me. Yo, what up, cousin? I'm here, cousin. and he would be patrolling the area, making sure we lock down the exits if there's any problems, whatever the case may be. These are all the things that we do in order to make sure that the artist gets what he needs to get. And then we move to like lighting and technical stuff. Then so now because I'm there early, I'm getting the best dressing room for my guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm getting the best dressing room. I'm getting exactly what you're saying. Right. I'm getting cool with the sound guy and the monitor guy. We kicking it. Me and the monitor guy kicking it, and we're talking about what we know about sound. Now all of a sudden he's a friend. You know what I'm saying? Dubs now you do unconsciously. Dubs 101. Yeah, there you go. Dubs 01. You know what it is. That's on Instagram. Shout out to all my people on Instagram coming in this morning. I got like 9 channels on Instagram. We love the fact that's one of the things about not having the music. You know what I'm saying? Because I can at least reach more people, and the algorithm brings more people to the show.
I heard you talk about the trade-off, and you're able to handle it.
Yeah, I definitely can handle it. Yeah, I'm cool. It's all good. We good. Oh, look at Coco. Yes, it is. Coco's in the building. Let's add Coco to the stage. And so let me just because I really got a question for you, Reggie. You are the building, Coco. Good morning, Coco Dreams. Such a
morning,
a pleasant surprise.
Morning, Coco.
Hey, Ray, what up,
I ain't got much time, so you know what I'm saying. Look, I'm here.
Well, I'm holding question.
I gotta go to the plantation.
Yeah. Well, you been paying attention to how I was laying it down this morning, Coco?
No, you got me engaged. I'm definitely engaged this morning. I was posed with a question about Kim. I thought about Kimmy yesterday, and I thought about Kimmy because she was trying to decide who was she on the side of, right? Remember, she was talking about how she didn't want to watch the Diddy documentary because 50 was a part of it. And I was like, well, who's the bigger devil? Who's the bigger devil here? Like, are you really on one side versus another? Like, and then I thought about when I watched the documentary, I thought about contracts because of the photographer. The photographer that took that footage of Diddy, when he was talking to his lawyer, and I'm like, he violated his contract with his lawyer. He violated his contract with his videographer. So, bye, Brycey.
Yeah, he's bye,
Brycey. It's 7:13. He's late.
He's on his way out of here, but he wants money. But he's if you need money, you gotta come. You better learn to come earlier. Come get it.
Right, like the day before.
The night before. You know what I'm saying? Like you still be coming.
You better come like yesterday.
You got. But here it goes. I got it right here. Here you go, buddy. All right, here you go. All right, have a good day. Make good choices. I'll talk to you later. All right,
bye, Brycey. Make good choices.
All right, see you later. What do you want for dinner tonight?
Salmon.
I'm with you.
I know what I want.
I want salmon. I can make salmon for you tonight, okay?
Hey, Coco, you taking the list now. What you got? What you want tonight?
Yeah, because he asking. Hey, look, it's on the table.
First of all, y'all know I cook. You know what I'm saying?
We do.
And y'all know that I am now a father raising his son. You know what I'm saying, in the crib, great. You know what I'm saying? And my son is he's 12 years old.
Listen, hey, look, fish or chicken is optimal right now because beef prices are out of control.
No, beef is crazy.
So whatever it is.
Man.
But anyway,
no beef with beef right now.
But to your point, Coco, about that situation, I just think what power does, and I've seen it happen so many times. I've seen the nicest people in the business because I've been around long enough to see him come in, get popular, and then fall off. Right? I've seen this, right? And because I've seen it all before, I kind of understand. And so anytime, and I just said to a friend of mine, I said I've seen this before. Not just I sent it to Eric Sermon the other day. He said, "Yeah, I've seen this before." He said, "Yo, that's the best statement in the world because we have seen all of this before."
Yo, I can't even take Eric Sermon right now.
All I remember in the
documentary is he was Puffy was trying to swing on him, and instead of beating his ass, he listened to a Biggie tape. Like, you should have beat his ass.
No.
For real.
Listen. First of all, Eric Sermon's a good dude, man, and also he's a hip hop.
Of course he is.
So he wasn't the guy.
But that don't mean you ain't got to put hands and feet on somebody if they try to swing on you, though.
Yeah. But I think the way he explained the conversation was that Pookie actually was like, "Yo, Pookie's present," and I have other stories of Pookie fighting. Pookie fight. First of all, what y'all don't understand is that Pookie actually could fight, right? So he gets there's a lot of fights that he got in that I don't want to.
He can't get his ass beat.
No, I'm just saying he's present. If you follow what I'm saying, I know the short answer. So he'll be in a fight, and then he'll be like, "Hey, man, let's go get a beer." You know what I'm saying? In the middle of the fight, you know what I'm saying? He's talking his way through the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. That's a Scorpio thing, but that don't mean that he can't get his ass beat.
Maybe he should have. But anyway,
the question is, is this.
Yes.
Because I have a
Coco's one of those chicks. Coco's one of them women that when you're in the hood and the guy do something stupid, and then, like, say if you catch a guy hitting on a young girl or something, and then the dudes in the hood catch him and beat him up, Coco's the one that's in the back. Beat his ass.
I got a great story.
Beat his ass.
You want to hear the story? You want to hear a great story? I'll give you a great story.
I always have room for it. Get into your mic so I can hear you because you sound low. Okay?
I don't know why, but one year I went to Virginia. That's where my family's from.
Yeah.
And I went to a party with my family, and this was in the 90s, like Patra, when reggae was like hip and hot.
I got it crazy.
So we go to a club. We go to the club. I got all my peoples with me, all my family. Deep. We rolling deep, like 7 cars in, right?
Yes.
So I'm dancing with 2 guys. So I'm dancing with one guy, and this one guy comes behind me, and he's like, because I'm used to it, double team, whatever. But this one guy goes up.
What happened?
Wait. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Okay, keep going.
Keep going.
So
Go on.
This one guy goes up my dress.
Ooh.
Right?
Ooh.
So when he goes up my dress, I turn around and grab him by his neck, and I pick him up by his neck. And I'm like, you need to you need to stop. Like, you just violated, right? They don't know I'm from New York, So, I've always held my own. So I pick him up, and I pick him up from his neck, and he's off his feet. So I'm like,
I just want to tell you, man, as a guy from the hood, right? And I grew up in a tough neighborhood. I grew up in Brownsville. I believe I was more worried about the women.
Say it again.
I was more worried about the women coming up than the fellas. Because the fellas, the dudes in my neighborhood, the brothers, we had a hierarchy. I could beat that guy, but then that guy was tough to beat. So we kind of knew where we were.
Right.
But you catch a woman around 20, between 14, a black woman in the hood of between 14 and 21 years old. That is in her fighting prime.
I'm still in my fighting prime. Listen, I just had a fight this summer. I don't give a damn.
Yo, I used to mess with this chick one day, and she gave me a gun. She's like, "You might want to hold on. You might want to need this because this guy's jealous that you mess with."
Look, I put a 300-pound chick on her back this summer.
Brooklyn women are dangerously bad. Trust me.
Listen. Let me tell you something.
The project was called 10 Amboy. I was in 430 on Saratoga Avenue. The project was called 10 Amboy. I met this chick in 10 Amboy, and she was a good looking chick, but she's kind of gangster too. So she was like, "Yeah, they don't like the fact that I'm talking to you, so I'm just give you this just so you can protect yourself." She gave me a gun. She gave me a 380 in a boxer.
More than one time.
Yeah.
It's more than one time.
No, it's true. No, you need that. You need that. You need that. You need that.
Go ahead, Coco. I'm sorry.
No. Listen. This was the first time when I picked that dude up from his neck off the ground.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Listen, I can be nice, but like Biggie said, I could be as good as the best of them, as bad as the worst, but don't test me. So it's kind of like, you know what? If I can lay at my age, if I can lay a 300-pound chick on her back, at 56, I don't need a gun to carry. It's all right. I can handle my business. The problem is,
did anybody get this on video?
I don't doubt. No.
I got it on video. I actually do.
We at that age when we barely have videos. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't have videos like that.
I actually got it on video. Oh,
you got okay. First of all, hold on for a second. Well, let's stop. Breaking news. Breaking news. If any way it's possible that you can get a hamster or clamshell to edit the video for Coco Beans Dream choking out a dude in Harlem, please get the video over to one of the emails.
Oh, I used to choke out dudes all the time back in the days. I used to choke out niggas. Yeah, I used to choke dudes out. Yeah, I used to choke dudes out.
You need? Can you? I need to play that video of you beating the guy up. First of all, where's the guy? Because I don't want to get you caught up in because once I play the video,
I got another story. I got another story that you love. Right?
Okay, go ahead.
So I used to hang out with a girl that lived in Far Rockaway, right? And she was
another death trap. What the fuck? What kind of friends did you have?
Oh no! I met her because I used to be no. I used to be
one way in, one way out. That's all it is.
One way in, one way out.
Right, exactly. And that's how she was acting. So she didn't. I was very, demure. I was, pristine. Because I lived in Harlem. Mm-hmm. She didn't know who I was. She didn't know how I rock. So we was in the Village because that's where we used to hang out all the time, every day. Like we
by 8th Street over there, right? 8th Street in the Village over there? Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's how I met Groovy Lou and Tyson Beckford and all that. Tyson Beckford was a bike messenger. But anyway, so one day we were walking down the street and this guy, it was a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
And, they were hollering at us because, back in the days we were very pristine, So he was, she, rejected his advances and he called her a man. And she said, "What did you say?" So I looked at her and I was like, I'll just grab him from the back and you can just do whatever you want to do. Right? So I said, all right. So we slowly walked back to the guy with his friends. So she said, "What did you say?" And she walked up to him. I guess he didn't expect it, but I went around the back of him and I yoked him up.
God damn. Listen. This is, fellas.
Exactly. I've seen this before, so that's why I'm laughing.
New York, Brooklyn, Bronx. The Bronx is even worse.
Bronx, yeah, I'm from the Bronx.
Is even worse.
Thing went down.
Chicks in New York, the Bronx, all that is. I'm telling you, it's some of the most ridiculous shit you ever seen. Can you imagine you walking down the street and you see two chicks yoke up a dude? One yoke him up in the back, and the other one is beating him up in the front. Yo, this shit is crazy.
And that's real.
It's crazy,
and that's real, man. I have seen that video before. Not Coco, but that's hood etiquette. That's hood etiquette. I'm just saying.
There's something special about New York chicks. I'm telling you right now.
But let me tell you what's funny though. He was with like 7 dudes, and they all ran. They just ran and left the guy, and I got him yoked up in a nice good hole. Like it was a good hole, right? And she's just slapping him in the face and punching him, and I'm like, yeah.
Jesus Christ. But the thing is, okay, in all fairness, right? He couldn't hit you. You know what I'm saying? Like
no,
right. He couldn't hit you back. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. I don't care, but the man can't hit you back. Y'all getting the wrong dude. You get the right dude, he'll lay your ass the fuck out. I don't care who you think you is.
I got some right dudes too. No, I got some right dudes too. I got some right dudes too.
Coco.
So don't worry about me.
I know you ain't no punk, Coco, but I'm telling you. Listen, let me just be respectful and say this. They wasn't the right dudes. The right dudes would tighten you right the fuck up.
Well, you know what? Listen.
Ow.
Look, I'm not saying I won every battle. I got tightened up a couple times.
Okay.
However,
Okay.
I got tightened up a couple times.
That's fair.
Listen, but hold on though. I don't go down without a fight. Like if you ain't gonna tighten me up and I'm just gonna just lay there, it's just not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this. Whenever you had an interaction with someone in the hood, after that, regardless of who won or who lost, apparently, by other people's standards, did they ever mess with you again?
No, of course not.
Exactly. And that's what I tell people, I run into folks, especially in your, well, how was it growing up in the South Bronx? Did you ever get beat up? I like, hell yeah.
Well, I lived in the South Bronx.
But did you? Okay.
Yeah, listen, if you ain't ever got your ass whipped in the hood, then you a goddamn
you never came out the house.
Then you stayed in the house.
Well, the thing was when I grew up, fighting boys was my training ground. So I've always I got jumped.
I seen you actually then.
Yeah, I used to get jumped regularly by boys and girls. So the knuckle game is great.
Parks is low key.
My knuckle game is good too because I used to have fights just because of how I looked, or a girl looked at me the wrong way, and I ain't.
Well, you look like you Jim Jones' dad. So
I am from Brownsville, Brooklyn. Everybody in my neighborhood had to fight. It didn't matter. You come outside, dudes either slap boxing, that slap box turns into fighting. The fighting was actually just like eating cereal.
Well, you know what I used to love? You know what I love?
Quiet dude would knock you smooth out.
Right. You know what I love? Let me walk
away. The cool dude to knock you smooth out in the bill. You know what I'm saying? The most unassuming.
What I love about the Bronx.
Yeah.
Wait.
There was a hierarchy, and you respected it. That's when you have a fair one. Yeah, but Coco, I may have seen you actually beat somebody down. I've seen girls.
Much respect to the Bronx, but I didn't really think the Bronx were fighters. I thought the Bronx was more shooters.
Oh, no.
No. We had a serious knuckle game. Serious knuckle game.
Don't sleep. When I moved to the Bronx from
38
Harlem,
specials from the Bronx. Do that 38 specials.
That too, my brother. Yeah. That too. Yeah, I lived in Florida. My precinct was Florida Patrick, so I've seen it all.
Go ahead, Coco. Give us a story, Coco. One more story before we get out of here.
So when I moved from Harlem to the Bronx, I was by myself. I didn't know anybody. And all the guys, I used to smoke weed with all the guys, and all the girls used to be jealous. And they used to pick on me. And I was a grown woman by this time.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a group of girls and I used to isolate them. So there was one girl who lived in my building. And I remember we were in the lobby. I was going to my apartment and she was going to another floor. And I remember him and her up in the elevator. And I was like, well, you ain't got your people with you now. What you gonna do? It was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna take them down one by one. If you can't jump me, because I've been jumped many times in my past. But when I get you one-on-one, what you gonna do?
Hi, this is Lindsay. I just wanted Coco to get some trauma healing from these whoopings that she was putting on and getting as she's growing up.
No, listen. Let me tell you something. It teaches me about how to deal with people in the corporate world as well.
Yeah. D Parks, every neighborhood had a fruity dude. Hi, this is Lindsay. Every neighborhood had a fruity dude that was knocking dudes out. Like it was.
Yeah, and you know what? I had a gay guy too that used to knock dudes out. That was
the worst thing you could do.
Yeah.
They left them alone because the worst thing you could do is get beat up by a dude that could jump double dutch. We just don't want that dude.
Exactly. You just left them alone.
I even left him alone. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. Yeah. Let that dude. Let Trey Andre or Lamont or whatever his name is. Let him rock out. Let him do his thing.
Because ultimately, the good show was they were going to fight amongst each other, so that was better than you messing with them.
First of all, let me just say this: how the thought on the gay guys in the military are so scary.
Because they can knock you out and take your booty too.
Not even that. They would just they like the one thing about the reason why, and Coco's an exception, right? But the reason why women are, I believe that God made women demure and smaller and all that, because if they were bigger than men, they would be.
Buddy.
We don't have no shot. The only thing we got is some size on us to put in the
listen.
A deep voice every now and then, maybe.
No, be lucky. Be lucky you're not from the past, because in the past, if a woman couldn't beat you, she would poison you.
Yeah, or throw.
What do you mean in the past?
In the past, they doing it now. You crazy? yo! My ex tried to.
They got better at it.
My ex tried to poison me with rat poison. I know exactly. Hold on, let's get deep.
I did the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, if anybody that would like to possibly date Coco Dreams, hit me up.
Get her to sip the tea first.
Oh my God, jeez. Make sure she sip that. Make sure she drink that drink first. Let her take a bite of those lima beans.
Nope. I'm making you the dinner.
Yo, Park. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, email. It is hilarious and hysterical. She said,
Coco, can you phone number?
Why?
Is that where you at? Let me just in case you need to call Coco to come down there. It's tight.
You need the secret to the sauce. No.
Yeah.
I ain't giving it up.
Okay, Reggie. I know that you're thinking this too, and I'm thinking, and everybody on Instagram is thinking this. What did you do to poison the guy that you?
No, easy. So there's a couple of different ways to poison. Right.
Okay.
Oh God.
Hold on for a second. This is crazy. Hold on for a second. Oh my God.
This is like a separate podcast right here.
Yeah. This is a whole separate podcast. We have left the morning emails and we just went through.
Yeah, there's a couple of different ways to poison.
Oh my God.
Entertainment purpose. Do not do this at home.
What happened to Coco is my type of girl. I can tell she like it rough. You think?
Only if you make me mad. Once you make me mad, then I'm nice. I'm nice until
All right.
The point of no return. Then you gotta go. You gotta go.
Everybody, calm down. What did you do to poison just the guy that you was with? What did you do? And he's still alive, by the way. It's Coke.
But he's not right still to this day because of that.
Wow.
Well, he was a very big cocaine user.
Oh, okay.
And I used to mix his cocaine with rodent poison.
You put rat poison.
Oh Lord!
You put rat poison in the chick.
Oh my God!
in the bitch. You put rat poison in the bitch.
Oh my God!
Woo-wee.
Mental note: don't send Coco to the bar for drinks.
Do not.
No, there's also another way. There's also another way.
Go on.
Eye drops.
Go on.
If you use eye drops.
Eye drops.
Eye drops.
Eye drops.
Yeah.
What do you do with the eye drops? What do you do with the eye drops?
Eye drops is actually poisonous in the system. So if you use eye drops and you put it in any liquid, it can actually.
The fact that you know that scares the shit out of me, number one. First and foremost. Right. The fact that you even know that. The fact that you know that if you put eye drops in his drink, it's gonna fuck him up. That's Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
And also if a person is if they have any well, I mean, yeah. Also,
Yo,
if they have
what the
any type of
Finds out.
no, if
Finds out
they
Coco's a
have
mass
any,
murderer.
you know what? You know, my actual dream job is to be a hit person.
You're the cleaner. Coco's the cleaner. It's fucking crazy. Oh my God,
I
Coco.
love it.
God damn. Thank you so much for coming in here
For
today.
real.
This is
I
crazy.
gotta go to work too. Y'all fucking getting into my time. But
But listen, you got me over here in tears.
Hold on,
I'm
hold on.
listening.
Oh my God. Yo, this is
hey,
crazy.
listen, if you're
Just listen to
diabetic, if you have like problems with your joints or your bones or anything that is fucking with your central nervous system, there's ways. Yeah,
Oh
sure.
man, please, if there are any police on this line, these are not. If there's any police on this line, these are not true stories. These are just Coco's.
No, these are allegedly.
Allegedly. Oh my God.
No, women are much more powerful than you think. It's not me. There's a lot of women who do this.
Wow.
I just want to take this moment in front of everybody on the internet and in this podcast. Like, I apologize.
Bow to your queen.
I don't know.
Bow to your queen.
If I ever said anything,
I need a ride or die chick.
Somebody dying.
I need a ride or die chick.
if you took anything I ever said the wrong way, like, I apologize for it.
Wow.
My bad.
Listen, if you have any ailments that will, hasten your demise, there's somebody that's going to be looking to do that. If you cross them, it's not. Just be nice. No, listen. Just be nice. Just be nice to the woman that you have, because there's ways that all women know how to get rid of you. It's just the facts.
Wow.
First of all, just wanted dating advice from Coco. What the fuck?
And now
dating advice from Coco. Let me tell you something.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm not even talking. I'm talking about the physical realm. I'm not even talking about the spiritual realm, because women are also
witches
in tune with the spiritual realm too. Don't mess with us.
Don't mess. Hold on for a second, guys. If you decide to get with a New York woman with some experience, I suggest you take all kinds of poisons a little bit early, just to build up your resistance. Because when she gets pissed off, she might.
Or we might use another person. Well, no, there's other ways.
No hot oil in the house. None of that shit. Okay.
No. There's so many ways. There's so many ways.
Wow.
Like don't ever use a weakness around your woman that she can weaponize against you.
I agree with that. I agree with not showing no weakness, because I do believe that when women because they love hard as they get mad. So at the same time, they love you all the way and they get pissed off all the way. So I believe that if you show the weakness to the woman, she will use that against you.
Yo, did you? No, hold on. Do you know what the trend is on TikTok right now?
What is it?
So there was a woman who got somebody white, Will's Pills. Will's Pills got on her comment section, and he said some really nasty, racist things on her TikTok. Let me tell you what she did. Right. She found out where he worked at. She drove 3 hours to his job. She found everything about him.
Damn.
She drove 3 hours to his job, and she had a letter prepared for him. She says, "Are you Mike?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm Mike." She goes, "Oh yeah, you left a comment on my page, really nasty, racist stuff." She says, "I need you to read this or online, because if you don't, I'm going to send this Grindr profile that you're gay to your wife."
Shit. Wait, was he gay? Did she make up the profile for him?
No, it was real.
Wow.
It was real. He read that letter. He's like, "I'm sorry.
Dating advice on the morning
He
emails.
stepped in it
Dating advice.
once again.
Dating advice.
She drove 3 hours. 3 hours to this guy's job.
Yeah. Anyway, listen. Thank you, Coco. I think this is information that we all need, the fellas, to know.
Yeah.
Let's go out and let's do a dating game.
So now, if your girl doesn't have red eyes and she pulls out eye drops, brother, beware.
Oh my God!
Is it against you?
That was
She
deep,
don't know.
Coco.
She said,
I'm
she said how easy it is to find you. It's crazy. Oh my
Yes.
God! Yeah,
Yes.
I got you. Oh man, I love y'all. Hey, listen, anybody,
good.
Coco, are you open to go? And I will pay for the date. If would you? All of a sudden, does anybody in this? Anybody out there?
No, I'm done.
Conversation.
I'm done. No, I'm done. No dating game for me. I'm done.
5-star.
No, no, I'm done.
Wow.
What you say,
You gotta
Coco?
find Kimbo Slice today, Coco.
No, I'm done.
You done?
No, I'm done.
Thank you,
I'm
Coco.
done.
Thank you, everybody,
Yeah,
for
this is
coming in
good.
this morning. Reggie, I was going to ask you about the NAACP, but we'll get to that another day.
We'll get to another day.
and also
travel
you-
safe, my brother.
Yeah, you
You're
also
traveling today, right?
yeah,
travel
traveling.
safe.
But also, shout out to all the reason why the downfall of Donald Trump is going to be the fact that he didn't hire all those black women that he fired, because the wrath of the sisters is real. That wrath is real.
Listen, it's spiritual. It's spiritual too. His
Yeah,
downfall
that's
is about the
his
spiritual.
the sister, man.
No, listen, it's all good.
Wow,
Everything
what a
works
show.
out in its own time.
I want to thank everyone with the sound of our voice. This is another great show. We started off nice and easy, and then it just got turned up crazy. I want to thank Coco Dreams. I want to thank D Parks. Also, my brother, the OG Reginald Maynard. Y'all have a great day.
My brother, Reggie.
Thank you. What up, D-Pop?
And we'll see y'all tomorrow on the morning emails.
All right, partner. Travel safe.
Thank you, guys.
Much love to you, Coco.
love, bye.
Peace out, y'all.
Yo, oh
Peace
my
out, guys.